Hi everybody, I'm back with a little update on my little hydroponic grow system that I was telling you about. I know a guy down the road who gave me a bunch of these barrels. I don't know if you know what they are, but these come from Italy and they were shipped over here with olives in them. So I got 8 of them. I think they would make good barrels. They got lids for them. They screw off pretty easy and back on. They got a little cap that goes in there. So I got the frame built. This right here is 1 by 8 by 8 foot long cedar planks, rough cut. And I just screwed them to some 2 by 4s along there. It still needs to be leveled up a little bit on that end right there. But I got it started. Man, them things are nasty. They still had olives. They still had some olives in them. I had to dump out and wash these things out real good. And they were sticky, stinky. There's my little reservoir. I'm going to put the water in. I got a 1/2 inch tubing right here that's going to run into that reservoir. I got to drill a hole in it and then cut this tubing to length. And I don't know if you can see it real good, but this little adapter right here is for a yard sprinkler system, and it had 4 little outlets. So it kind of brought it down to a 1/4 inch tubing, which is going to go right there with one off of each side to the plant that I need it to go to. And I got all of them set up and laid up and ready to go. I just hadn't cut my little ends because I don't know how long or how I'm going to hook them up yet. So I still got the little teeth sticking in there for them. But that's how it's going so far. I'm probably going to build some kind of an A-frame around it here to run a 2 by 4 or something across the top, so I can extend some string or twine down to tie the tomato plants to. It's the first time doing this. Let's see what happens. I'll talk to y'all later. Hi everybody. I'm doing another update on this hydroponic grow system. I'm about done with it. Man, this thing fought me. All the way it fought me. I got these barrels from a guy down the road. They all come from Port of Tampa. They come from Italy.
Or Greece.
Yeah, or Greece. And they had, some of them had olives in them. Kalamata olives, black olives, pitted olives, and they all came with lids. They're food grade barrels. They're food grade barrels. They're tough. But if someone does something like this, you need 1 1/4 inch hole saw bit to drill your hole in here. And I got one drilled in here. I got 2 different sizes. I had to find the right one. So 3/4 inch PVC will go in there. Now these are the grommets. These grommets we got from Granger in Miami. I ordered them on the phone. I talked to the guy and told him what I wanted. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're not very thick in there. And the hole that I drilled was 1 1/4 inch, and it's kind of a booger to get these things in there. I soaked them in hot water is what I done. And then I got them in here pretty good. I left these laying in the sun, and then I couldn't get the PVC to go through there. I couldn't get the PVC because this is only 1 7/8 inch right in here, inside diameter. This is 3/4 inch PVC. So as you can see, you can do them out here. You can make them go on, but you got to work with it. So I took these out to the grinder, and I put them on the grinder like this, and I ground the edges down and made them sharp. Made them a little, just beveled the edges a little bit. I took all of these after I got them done. Got all the grommets in there and every one of them I needed. I laid these out in the sun with just the grommets in them like that. I took all of these PVC pieces here and I put them in the freezer for about 2 hours. and I let them get good and cold. When I come back out, I got a little a rag with some cooking oil on it, and I would wipe the end with some inside there with some cooking oil. And I got these out of the freezer, and they popped right in there just like they were supposed to be. So I finally got this all leveled up. It needs to be washed out here a little bit. We're gonna see what happens. I may have to make some improvements, but right now everything looks pretty good. And these are, as you can see, they're not all exactly straight, but you can turn them. You can turn them whichever way you want to make them straight. I got the barrel ready here for the pump to go in it. I put one of them grommets right here so I can run my line through it. I drilled a hole here. I'm gonna put a grommet in for the electrical cord to come out right here, so we don't have to lay on the wet dirt or whatever all the time. The drain pipe comes out right there to run back in it. I got a slight downhill, so it shouldn't be no problem with that. And I got these pieces here for yard sprinkler systems. I got all of that stuff at Lowe's. Like this one here will run these two. I got some more. I got to cut them off whenever, and they'll fit right on these T's right here. This one right here will run these two. And I got two more down here. That'll run them two. And then there's one there for these two. It was a booger, but about to get her done.
And the plan is, it's going to take us a while because we got to get the tomato plants big enough actually to put in there. But what we plan on doing is the grow medium, we're going to use perlite. And we've got paint strainers?
Yep,
that we're going to put the perlite in actually to hold them. And then we'll put the plant in the perlite. So we'll see how it goes. I'm
gonna have to build some kind of 2x4 A-frame. I'm probably gonna just come up from here like this at an angle wherever they meet up there with a 2x4 going across with some strings hanging down.
Yeah, because these tomato plants will get very, very tall. So we need a support system on the top where we can support the vines as they grow, because they should get very tall. And
the reason we put it where we did, because they will get all this morning sun from the east. And then, what time is it now? 2:30 maybe?
Yeah.
And they're starting to get a good bit of shade from the house here.
Yeah. And like I said, it's going to be a while before we get this started, because we have to let the tomato plants get big enough to actually put them in there. So it'll be a lot hotter. So hopefully this will work. We've got a nutrient solution from Bobby, MHP Gardener, that we're going to use. We're kind of trying to follow his lead. So we'll see how it works out. Oh, and that's the top that actually screws on there.
This one's a little chewed up from a dog we used to have. Used to chew on things, but I got all these good.
Okay, well, I guess that's it for now, guys.